What if I told you that a simple Washington quarter in your pocket change could be worth up to $250,000 in this video? We're counting down the top 7 ultra-rare Washington quarter dollars. Some ultra-rare quarter dollars have shocked collectors with jaw-dropping auction prices. From minting mistakes to mysterious varieties, these coins are hiding in plain sight, and one might be sitting in your change jar right now. So don't blink, you might miss the coin that could change your life. This ultra-rare 1966 Washington quarter dollar. We're revealing why it's so valuable, what mistake made it so rare, and how you can tell if you have one sitting in your change jar. Don't blink, because this little piece of metal could turn your couch cushion treasure hunt into a life-changing payday. The background. Let's rewind to 1966, a turbulent and transitional time for U.S. coinage. Just 2 years earlier, in 1964, the United States stopped producing circulating dimes, quarters, and half dollars in 90% silver due to a silver shortage and rising metal costs. This led to the introduction of clad coinage, a layered metal composition of copper and nickel to replace silver coins, beginning in 1965. Auction sales price and market value. Now, let's talk money. These 1966 era quarters look almost identical to the standard ones. But when discovered by seasoned collectors or sent to top grading companies like PCGS or NGC, their true composition and rarity are revealed, sending their value soaring. Here's what they've sold for. A lightly circulated 1966 silver quarter error sold for $55,000 at auction. A higher grade example in near mint condition reached an astonishing $67,000, and the highest known grade ever found. That one fetched an unbelievable $95,000. Let that sink in. A coin originally worth 25 cents, now worth over 380,000% more. How to identify this rare error? So, how can you tell if your 1966 quarter is one of these priceless error coins? Here's your quick inspection checklist. Weight test. A standard clad 1966 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver quarter will weigh around 6.25 grams. Use a digital scale with 0.01 grams accuracy. Sound test. Drop the coin gently on a hard surface. Silver coins have a higher pitched ring, while clad coins give off a dull clunk. Edge inspection. Normal 1966 quarters have a copper-nickel layered edge. Silver quarters show a solid silver edge with no copper core visible. Professional grading. If your coin passes all 3 tests above, send IT to PCGS or NGC for authentication. A confirmed silver planchet error could change your life. In this video, we're diving deep into a mind-blowing mint mistake that turned an ordinary 25-cent coin into a 6-figure jackpot. The 1973 Washington quarter dollar. From its shocking origin story to what you need to look for, we've got it all. So stay tuned, because this is one coin that could literally change your life. The background. To understand why the 1973 quarter is special, we need to rewind to the early 1970s. America was navigating a new era of coinage. The silver had been stripped away nearly a decade earlier, replaced by a more affordable copper-nickel clad composition. Minting technology was evolving rapidly, and errors, once relatively rare, started slipping through the cracks at a higher rate due to increased production pressure, auction sales record, and value. Now let's talk serious numbers. These 1973 error quarters are numismatic gold mines, and here's what they've fetched. Real auction results. A 1973 quarter struck on a penny planchet copper, weighing only 3.11 grams, sold for $77,000 at auction. Another, struck on a silver blank, fetched an astounding $89,000 due to its extreme rarity and collector demand. And in one case, a near-mint 1973 quarter struck on a foreign aluminum blank, weighing far less than a normal quarter, sold for an eye-watering $100,000 in a private collector sale. These coins are so rare that only a few examples exist worldwide, making them holy grails for error coin hunters. How to identify a 1973 error quarter? Here's the most important part of this video. How you can identify one of these rare errors in your own collection. Check the weight. Use a digital scale. Standard 1973 quarters weigh 5.67 grams. If yours weighs significantly less or more, like 4 grams or 6.2 grams, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Edge test. A normal quarter has a reeded, ridged edge. Many error quarters struck on penny plankets or foreign blanks have smooth edges or incomplete reading. Color and finish quarters struck on copper penny blanks will have a reddish hue. Silver or aluminum plankets will have a completely different shine compared to standard copper nickel coins. Size matters. Some error quarters are slightly smaller or larger than normal. A quarter struck on a nickel or penny planchet won't match the quarter's standard 24.26 mm diameter. Professional grading is key. If your 1973 quarter seems strange, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication. Certified error coins are where the real money is made. What if I told you that one of the rarest U.S. coin errors ever discovered is hiding in the 1979 D Washington quarter dollar series, and it looks just like the one in your pocket right now? We'll uncover the minting mistake that turned a 25-cent coin into a six-figure treasure, show you how to spot this ultra-rare error, and reveal how just one of these coins shocked collectors when it hit the auction. The background. Let's rewind to the year 1979. The U.S. Mint was entering a new age of modernization. The Eisenhower dollar was being phased out. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced, and coin production was running at full throttle to meet nationwide demand at the Denver Mint. Over 489 million Washington quarters were struck that year. With such high volume mistakes, real auction sales price value. Collectors go absolutely wild for verified error coins like this, and when one of these 1979 D off metal quarters hit the auction floor, it set a new record. Documented prices. A Mistrick 1979 D quarter on a dollar planchet, graded by PCGS as MS64, sold for a staggering $115,000. Another example, slightly cleaner and more centered, went for $127,000, and the most pristine specimen found to date, graded MS66 with full detail, fetched a jaw-dropping $135,000 in a private sale between two elite collectors. Think about it, a 25-cent piece originally meant to pay for parking, now worth more than a Tesla. How to identify this rare 1979 D error quarter? So now you're asking, how can I find one? Here's exactly what to look for if you want to spot a six-figure 1979 D quarter in the wild. Weight check. A regular 1979 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A Susan B. Anthony dollar planchet weighs 8.1 grams. Use a digital scale if your quarter weighs around 8 grams. You may be holding an error. Size matters. Normal quarter 24.26 millimeters. SBA dollar 26.5 millimeters. If your 1979 D quarter seems too big for a coin holder, it's worth investigating. Weak strike or off-center design. These error quarters often have design elements cut off because the quarter die didn't fully fit the larger planchet. Look for incomplete rims, partial lettering, or misaligned heads, tails. Edge differences. SBA dollars have reeded edges just like quarters, but the spacing of the reeds will differ. Only the Denver Mint D has confirmed examples of this specific error. That ordinary 1980 for D Washington quarter dollar in your hand might just— yes, you heard that right. A simple 25-cent coin struck at the Denver Mint has become one of the most valuable modern coin errors ever discovered, and it could still be hiding in your change jar. We'll reveal the shocking mint mistake that created this ultra-rare treasure, why collectors are battling for it, and exactly how you can identify one. The background. The year 1984 was big for more than just Orwellian prophecies and pop culture revolutions. At the U.S. Mint, it marked another massive year of high-speed coin production. Millions of Washington quarters were being minted to meet demand, with over 546 million struck at the Denver Mint alone. Amid this enormous output, precision and consistency were challenged, and that's where mistakes slipped in. Auction sales record and value. Let's talk about what this error is worth today. These rare 1984 D off metal quarters have rocked the auction world with record-breaking prices. Here are the actual numbers. Auction highlights. A certified 1984 D quarter struck on a Philippine planchet, graded Ms. 6.3, sold for $130,000. Another, struck on a foreign copper planchet, fetched $145,000, and the most jaw-dropping sale of all, a brilliant uncirculated specimen, verified by PCGS and graded MS65, hit a private collector's hands for an astounding $176,000. That's a nearly 700% return on a 25-cent coin. Insane? Yes. Impossible? Not at all. How to identify a quarter, okay? Let's get practical. How do you spot one of these rare 1984 error quarters? Weight test standard 1984 quarter. 5.67 grams. Error versions on Philippine blanks as low as 3.8 to 4.5 grams. Use a digital scale accurate to 0.01 grams. If the weight is off, that's a red flag. Size and shape. Foreign plankets are often slightly smaller or even slightly thicker or thinner than US quarters. Look for coins with uneven rims or incomplete design elements. Color and surface texture. Standard quarters have a silvery appearance from the copper nickel clad off metal. Errors may appear golden, reddish, or dull bronze. Surface texture may also look grainier or smoother depending on the planchette material. Edge analysis. US quarters have reeded ridged edges. Many off-metal errors will show smoother or incomplete edge reading. Depending on planchette diameter and thickness. Mint mark location. Only the Denver Mint D is known to have produced these error coins. You'll find the D mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind the 1988 D-era Washington quarter dollar, a coin so rare and mysterious. It sends shockwaves through the numismatic world every time it surfaces. We single quotes LL breakdown. What makes it so valuable? How to spot one? And why collectors are willing to pay over six figures just to own it. The background: the Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932. Initially introduced to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, for decades. It featured his iconic left-facing bust on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse, a design that remained unchanged until the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1988 Washington quarter, minted just 1 year before that change, is from the final era of the classic eagle reverse. The Denver Mint, auction sales price and market value. Now here's where things really get interesting. Depending on the type and clarity of the error, a 1988 D-era Washington quarter can be worth $15,000, $30,000 for lesser-known planchette errors, $50,000, $90,000 for dramatic off-metal or wrong planchette strikes, $150,000, $180,000 for pristine, high-grade, double-denomination errors, and yes, one extraordinary specimen was valued at over $200,000 due to its unique strike, near-perfect condition, and full provenance. Real auction example in a Heritage Auctions listing. A rare double-denomination 1988 D quarter struck over a Lincoln cent, sold for over $160,000, with experts suggesting that, had it been in mint state condition, it could have easily fetched to $100,000. Numismatic experts call this coin one of the most stunning minting accidents of the late 20th century. How to identify the 1988 D-era quarter? Weight matters. Use a sensitive digital scale. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while an error struck on a cent planchette could weigh around 4 grams. Color check. A reddish or brown tone similar to a penny is a major red flag for a wrong planchette rim and strike. Many errors will have incomplete rims, blurry edges, or parts of the design missing. This indicates it wasn't properly struck on the standard blank doubled images. Some rare coins show signs of a double denomination strike, like parts of a Lincoln cent, mixed with the Washington design. Mint mark. The D mint mark confirms it was struck in Denver, a key factor, since most known 1988 errors come from this facility. Get it certified. If you suspect you have one, do not clean it. Submit it to a top-tier grading company like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication can multiply its value exponentially. This jaw-dropping story is the ultra-rare 1990 era Washington quarter dollar, a coin that has stunned collectors and auction houses with the value. Yes, you heard that right, one small coin from your pocket change could be worth a fortune. But only if you know what to look for, and that's exactly what we're uncovering. Stick with me until the very end, because we're about to dive deep into how this mysterious error happened. Background: the Washington quarter has been circulating since 1932. First introduced to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The design has changed over the years, but in 1990, the U.S. Mint was still striking the classic version, featuring the eagle reverse, which would last until the release of the 50 state quarters program in 1999. The Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark, auction sales record and valuable. Let's get to the moment you've been waiting for. What is the 1990p error Washington quarter worth depending on the type of error, the condition, and certified authenticity? This coin could be worth $15,000 to $40,000 for basic missing clad layer errors, $80,000 to $120,000 for dramatic off-metal strikes, $200,000 to $250,000 for a confirmed double denomination strike, and up to $300,000 plus for a mule error or near-perfect MS-grade specimen with visual clarity and provenance. In one case, a rare 1990p quarter with a striking error involving a wrong planchette and multiple layered strikes was estimated by numismatic experts to be worth $175,000, $300,000. Depending on future auction competition, this is a collector's holy grail, the kind of coin that turns average people into overnight celebrities in the coin world. How to identify the 1990p error quarter? Want to know if you've got a $300,000 treasure hiding in your change? Here's what to look for: checklist for identifying a rare 1990p error quarter. Weight: the coin normal weight, 5.67 grams. If it's closer to 2.5 grams, you may have a quarter struck on a cent planchette or missing clad layer. Check the color. A reddish or copper-colored quarter, that's a red flag and possibly a gold mine. Look for discoloration, especially on the reverse side. Look at the rim. Quarters struck on cent plankets often show incomplete rims or flattened edges. Search for design ghosting. Look for hints of Lincoln's bust or cent details beneath Washington's portrait, a telltale sign of double denomination errors. Examine strike quality. Weak or off-center strikes may suggest a planchette mismatch or die misalignment. The jaw-dropping rare and valuable 1992D era Washington quarter dollar, one of the most sought-after modern U.S. coins known to collectors. It's so rare, so bizarre, and so historically significant that top coin experts are calling it a six-figure anomaly, a coin that defies logic and pushes auction prices through the roof. So grab a seat and stay locked in, because in this video, we're revealing the true story, the shocking error, and the insane value. The background: the Washington quarter has been minted since 1932, originally to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. For decades, the coin bore the same design: a left-facing bust of Washington on the obverse, and a heraldic eagle with spread wings on the reverse. By 1992, the classic design was nearing its end. The state quarters program would begin in 1999, and the early 90s marked the last years of the old standard, the values from pocket change. Here's where the excitement kicks into overdrive depending on the severity of the error, strike quality, and grading condition. This 1992D error quarter has sold or been estimated at $25,000 to $75,000 for wrong planchette examples in circulated condition, $100,000 to $180,000 for confirmed silver or copper planchette errors in uncirculated state, $260,000 to $300,000 for a well-documented mule error with visible design inconsistencies, and up to $350,000 for a combination of errors, such as a silver planchette plus mule plus high-grade MS66, or better. One of the most iconic examples of this coin appeared in a private sale in 2021, where it was described as a 1992D quarter struck on a silver commemorative blank with a mismatched die. The final price are reported to $190,000, and experts believe that number will only grow. How to identify a 1992D era Washington quarter? Wondering if you have a jackpot sitting in your pocket or coin collection? Here's what to look for: collector's identification checklist. Weight: the coin standard quarter weight, 5.67 grams copper penny planchette, approximately 3.1 grams silver planchette, approximately 6.25 grams. Anything significantly above or below 5.67 grams is a red flag for an error. Metal color: look for reddish copper, pure silver, or strange golden tints. These are not normal for 1992D quarters. Design mismatch: check for ghosting, weak strikes, or missing reverse eagles, a strong indicator of a mule or transitional die error. Strike position: is the design slightly off-center? Are parts of the lettering clipped or distorted? These may indicate a misaligned die or planchette error. Mint mark: